Hi, it's Jez here from nightjezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So another episode in my Gothic journal, and in this one we're going to sew in the signatures, something that I felt quite daunted by when I first thought about doing it. Thought it'd be really hard, but it's not really, and hopefully after seeing this video you'll realise that it's okay and you can do it and you'll have a go. Okay. So I'll show you how I do my template. So I've cut a piece that's 2.5 inches wide, which is the width of the spine, and I've made it 8.25 high, which is the height of a signature. Okay. So what I'm going to do is fold it in half, so I've got the midpoint. So I've measured at 7/8 from that side to there, and 7/8 from that side to there, and that's kind of split it nicely into thirds. So we're going to have a hole in there and a hole in there. So that's I'll make the holes. And then to find the other one, what I do is I fold down to there and then down to there and do those holes there. Same on that side, and then they're kind of nice and equally distributed. So that's where they'll be on the spine. So that gives me a template to then put on the spine. And make the holes through the spine, and then I'll just use them to make the holes on the signatures as well. So that's how I made my template. Okay, so I've got my template, got me clips, got a piercing mat. So I'm going to place it on here, equidistance from there and there, and I'm going to use a clip to clip it in. Down a tad. And I'm just going to check that is or where I want it. So then I need to take a pokey tool. I have put an awl on my Christmas list, so we'll see. So I'll poke one hole there, one there. I have made this slightly difficult for myself with the fact that I wanted to do it without the stitches showing on the outside, and in retrospect I wish I hadn't, but it's too late now because of the way I've stuck everything down. So there we have our holes on the back. So that's what we will be sewing through. So now we need to make the holes in the signature. Okay, that's, yeah, same-ish distance. So now we need to get our signatures in, and what we need to make sure is these things that are going up the middles, I'm going to take out the tags because I think that will make it easier. Won't move so much. So I want that in the middle. I want that or in the middle. Definitely want that in the middle. So these should hopefully have followed suit. I don't know why that clip's there. I was fiddling with the tags. Right. I think that is about where I want them. So just a quick check. So then we want what I'm going to do now is fold along this line here so that that can go in the crease on the inside, because it does work better when you're poking your hole if it's a bit folded. Let's do that side, then I haven't got a tag coming down. You're more likely to get your hole coming out of the crease doing it with it folded over a tad. So someone said on a video, and they've been making junk journals longer than me. So that's what I'm going for. So going in the middle there, I'm gonna just hold it in place on each side. And I can see why people are put off doing this, but actually I find it much easier than any other sort of hinged spine effort. Honestly, I do. There we go. So I think that is everything in place. Just doubly check. Oh, that's fallen down. Fallen the wrong way. Right, so can I move? That's okay. It's the vellum sheet that's moved. So we'll just place that down a little bit now. Yep, I think we're okay. Cooking on gas. So with my hole, my pokey tool, I'm going to poke through, and hopefully that will come out in the crease of the spine. There. And it has. First time I've done it this way, and I remember it was kind of a light bulb moment, and it was like, oh, genius. Watch me do it wrong this time. Yeah. slightly there, and then in there. There we go. Oh, very happy with that. Right, I'm going to sew this before I go any further. So, what am I going to sew it with? I've got linen thread, but the wrong colour. So I might go with some white baker's twine. Okay, take two. Forgot to. I did actually sew this once already and forgot to sew it to the cover. So I'll delete that bit of the video. 1, 2, 3. So about 3 lengths of your signature. Thread my needle. Do I need glasses? Probs. See if I can do it. Hold it over. And I threaded my needle all right last time as well. Get my needle threader. Why is my needle threader not in my box with my needles? Well, that's just daft, that. Got it. Got it. Right. So, in through the middle here. And out through the hole there. Making sure, not sure if I haven't just made new holes. There we go. And pull it all the way through. Keep that down there. I might just, for now, chuck it under there. Left a little bit longer than required. I'm not going to make the mistake I made at the first journal. I'm going to make sure it's the right way up. So this is the front. So, achoo, going in here. So that's it. Put it up there, and then we're going to go in the top hole of our journal cover. It's funny, but I made the same mistake of sewing the signatures without sewing them to the cover in my very first journal. So at least I'm consistent. I've subsequently done it right, but there we go. Pull that through. So I might let a bit of that up now. Nice and tight. Back through the centre point. So now we're going back through there, and we want to make sure we're coming out the hole in the spine. I can kind of see here what I'm doing. There we go. So let's come out there. And then we're coming in this bottom one. I'll tighten everything up when we're through, and now we need to come through this bottom one here. There we go. So that's the stitches made. So now I need to pull everything tight. I want to keep it on the needle. I want to make sure that everything's pulled as tight as it can be. So that's not very tight there. And then take this needle, we go under there, so that we can knot there in the middle. A double knot, and then we've got bits of string where we can hang danglies to if we want to. So if we take this off, we have got, we can put these back in there now. That will do. So these will be held just in the middle, but it's absolutely fine. That's in nicely. That's in okay. That's our centre. Yep. Liking it, liking it, liking it. Super. There we go. So now we repeat the process with the other one, so I might do that one speeded up. So that's them sewn in. That's them done really neatly at the back. Part of why I wanted to cover my back spine was because I didn't think I'd do it that neat. I didn't trust myself, but that's really quite neat actually. So it still fits flat. We've got signatures nicely flowing one into the other, and we've got our centerpiece there, so I can, when I'm decorating, I can do something there, and if I choose to, I could put some lace or something down the center there. This is a different lace than the other one I'm using, but I think I'll do that when I'm doing my finishing touches. But just cut that thread down. I might leave that there because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I might hang things on there. So that's the signatures all thrown in, nice and strong. That needs gluing in, but I haven't decided yet about it. So now we need to cover the spine. So I've got this to cover the spine with, and I thought it might be quite nice to sort of edge it with some lace. So I thought what I might do is stick the lace down there and then stick the paper on top of it rather than have the edge over. That was my thoughts. So I'll snip that off. Might have it a little bit longer than required. So I either leave it hanging over or I trim it. If I trim it before, I haven't got the option to leave it hanging over. So one for the front and one for the back. That was a good 25p spent in my charity shop. I have a lovely charity shop near me that sells craft things. It's got a whole section on craft stuff, and it sells all sorts of crafts, including lots and lots of lace, fabric offcuts. Some of them are brand new, so they're like ender rolls. Some of them are nice upholstery fabrics as well, which I got a beautiful piece the other day, which I think will make a very, very lovely cover of a journal. I'm always buying stuff in there and kind of thinking of my next journal, always. And I've always got one on the go, as well as the one I've got, you know, a couple on the go now. I've got my December daily, and I've got my Harry Potter one that I am making. Supposed to be making it for Christmas. Well, it's not looking likely. Because this one took much longer than I anticipated. Always do, don't they? And you don't notice the time because I'm having so much fun. Don't really pull that bit. That's the front, yeah. So, need to kind of measure the distance between there and there. Looking desperately around for my big ruler, can't find it, so we'll use that one. So if we're going to go over it like that, so about 5 1/4, allow for it to bend over about 5 5/8, about 5 5/8, and then length. So I'm going to stop before the top. Which is why if I hadn't have decided on doing it this way, I would just be folding it over the top, but I'm not. I maybe made a slight boo-boo error in that. So I'm going to go 8 3/4, I think. So we'll have a little bit of a overlap at the top. Might put some lace along it. So what did I say? 8 3/4 by 5 3/8. So 8 3/4. I'll maybe go slight. I might do a minuscule more. Forgotten now. 5 1/4 and one more. Yep, top and bottom like it. Which is the front, this. So I'm more bothered about the front being perfect. Never going to be perfect, I'm making it, but as neat as possible. There, do it like that, and then it will fold over. So we're going to start in the centre, and then we'll go over. Right, so I'm going to do this with some wet glue. I'm going to use my Collall. What I love about Collall is that was all gunged up, but it just pulls off. Just pulls off. So I might tease it round a bit. So we've got sort of an idea where the bend's going to be. Yep, like it. Right, that makes life easier, I think. So, open the glue and get this all over. Not too close to the edge because it will ooze that way, and you can always add some up there afterwards. And now just use the spreader. I bought bottles that haven't got the spreader on it, so I always keep the lids now of the ones that have got spreaders. So if I get one that hasn't got one, then I'm all right. I have, however, bought a litre of this, so I'm just decanting now into my bottles, and then of course I put it in my little precision box bottle as well. Right, I can see where I've missed bits. Bit of glue there. And one thing about Collall is actually it doesn't dry really quickly, so you've got time to do things like this and add more, and you can wait before gluing on. There we go. I think that's plenty of glue, Jez. Plenty of glue. Right. So, I'm going to stand up. I knew I would forget. Right. I need my closure, which is the front. That's the front. Not that it really matters. I've got this beautiful ribbon here that I want as a closure. trying to decide how much of it I want. So because this is like a bit of a spider web. I love it, and I just want to do a nice big bow on the front. Yep, that's about how much I want. There we go. I'll wind that back on there. Might need to buy myself another pack. There we go. So, whew, I'm so glad I remembered that. Gosh, that would have been a disaster. I was just saying how you do get a bit of time with this glue. I thought that was that end. It may need a bit more glue on it. I can sort of hear now. Or it may actually not be sticking down. So gonna stick some more glue up there. After that. Sure, I'm not the only one that does things like this. But I'd rather that disaster than a ribbon not fastening on disaster. There we go. And of course this ribbon will be able to grow with the journal. And that's that. That was just what I wanted, something sort of simple like that on the front. I did think I might I'm going to trim these down, do a simple heading. But I'm not sure now. I'm not sure if the bow isn't enough. Do like that. So my thought was to put a little plate on there, but I quite like it. It's quite nice. I might decide as I go along that I will put something on there, but for now I'm leaving it there. So there's probably a few finishing touches that I will add to it, but that's it. So I will do a flick through and maybe some finishing touches, but that's it for today. Hope you like that. I am actually glad I can't see the stitching. I think that's just pretty, and that will look on the shelf. It will look like an ordinary book, and then be really surprised when you tuck it out. And got plenty of room to stuff and add things in there. Okay, so all the pictures and details will be over on my blog, nudges.co.uk, and do check out the rest of the series. Okay, bye for now.